So I don't know if you remember the time that I posted the video about weird things always happen to me. Well, I've been in Austin, got on the phone, been on the phone all the way back to Dallas, and I ran out of gas. So I don't feel extremely safe sitting right here on the freeway, but I have called an Uber. I'm in the middle of nowhere. It's windy as can be, but I hope this Uber guy shows up. We'll see what happens. I guess the Uber driver declined my request. So let's try this again. So I don't know what you actually do when you run out of gas, because I've never actually, well, I actually have run out of gas several times now that I think about it. I ran out of gas one time taking my kids to school, but I called my sheetrock guy and he sent one of his guys over to help me out. And then the other time was kind of over by the airport, and I called that same guy and he had one of his guys help me out. I'm 13 miles away from Hillsboro, so there's not a whole lot of Uber drivers out here, I suppose, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Cow County 911, where's your emergency?
It's not an emergency. I was at mile marker 362 and I ran out of gas. Not really ever ran out of gas in the middle of nowhere. So is there a non-emergency number I can call? I tried to call an Uber driver or Lyft and none of them.
Yeah, there's none around here. Unfortunately, there is a non-emergency number, but basically you're going to have to call a tow truck. We don't have any type of roadside service here or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I can give you local ones if you want.
Okay. Yeah, let me grab a pen here. What's a number locally?
I can give you a couple. One is going to be Big Daddy's.
Oh, Big Daddy.
Let me know.
All right.
Phone number.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. You know I'm going to have to call Big Daddy's, right? I had to write it on.
You have reached a non-working number. Announcement 14, switch 4182-4. You have reached a non-working number. Announcement 14, switch 41.
Well, let's just Google Big Daddy. Big Daddy. Big Daddy's tow. It's pretty legit. Big Daddy's Wrecker. If you're ever broken down near Hillsboro, well, let's see how they do first. It's 549.
Big Daddy.
Is this Big Daddy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm at mile marker 362. Never have run out of gas in the middle of nowhere. But here I am.
You're looking at a $95 service fee plus the fuel.
Okay.
So we'll bring you like 2 gallons of fuel. You'll be looking at like $101.
Okay. You know, a lot of people are complaining about high gas prices these days, but today I'm gonna pay $101 for 2 gallons of gas. I guess I should probably tell my wife that I'm on the side of the road. She probably won't answer.
214-883-2.
She didn't answer. She's on the phone. She has a work call. I should tell her just come pick me up. See what she says. Oh my. Yes, oh my. I mean, oh, shift. Wait. Oh, it started. Oh, it started, but it's freaking shaking like crazy. Well, let's see how far we can get off the road. Press brake to start. We are out of gas. So anyway, I'm waiting on Big Daddy and it's freaking windy out, man. It's not only the wind from the freeway, it's freaking windy out. So that's literally on the ground right next to where I ran out of gas. So it's a little too windy out, so I'm gonna just sit in here and hopefully I don't get rear-ended. Just waiting on Big Daddy. Big Daddy, come help. Big Daddy is here, man. Oh. It's windy, man.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was hoping if I put it on backwards that it wouldn't fly off.
Big Daddy.
My name's
Are you
Shane.
Big Daddy?
No, unfortunately, I'm Little Daddy.
You're the son?
Yeah, yes, sir. I don't like hanging out on the side of the interstate. Do you have your driver's license?
I do.
I don't want you to outrun me or something.
No, you're good.
How about
So we are fired up and headed down the road. He didn't want to sit on the side of the road because it's dangerous. I've only been on the side of the road for 35 minutes, which I get it. It is dangerous. Let's go to a safe place. But he asked for my driver's license because he didn't want me taking off on him. Now really, you just put 2 gallons in my tank. How far am I gonna really get? Come on, man. Well, maybe what? 30 miles? I think he could take me. I think so. Bye. Goodbye, Big Daddy. It's been good. So as you can tell, the last week and a half for me has been quite eventful. So last Sunday, actually 2 Sundays ago, I finished my first triathlon. Nobody's clapping. I'm super proud about it. Super excited. I finished the race. Just as expected, the swimming was not my best part. Jumped in the pool and I hyperventilated. I did it, but I made it, I finished. I worked through it, kept swimming. I do have some swim courses coming up soon, so I'm hoping that's gonna help quite a bit. Some of those are indoor, and some are gonna be outdoor, so you're gonna wanna watch those videos. So this is a Wahoo trainer. Basically connects to Bluetooth, and actually you have to plug it in and get power, which the other day, I kind of forgot to do that and couldn't figure out why it wasn't working. But you have a connection here to your iPad, your TV, and you just hit training. Bottom line is you can race the Tour de France or whatever you want to do. I haven't done that, I didn't even look for it, but there's just different training programs, so you don't have to go to the gym and ride those terrible bikes. You can actually ride your own bike at home, and it actually has resistance. So as you're going up a hill on this program, it starts giving you more resistance. You have to shift, you have to treat it just like a real bike. Is it exactly the same as being outside? Pretty close. The simple method to explain how it works is you take your back tire off, wherever your chain is, goes around here, unhook it, you're done with the tire. Don't throw it away. You'll need it someday. Then you take your bike, you hook the chain up to the chain drive, sprockets, on the Wahoo, and it works just like a real bike, except you're not going anywhere. So why would anybody want a bike that doesn't go anywhere? Well, I think it's pretty clear that it's just for training. And it's great because I don't have to go to the gym and use one of their bikes that doesn't fit me. I'm just gonna make a bunch of excuses right now. But it's much better because you can train on your bike, and even if it's raining like it did 10 minutes ago at my house, it's not gonna spoil the workout. You connect to a training plan, it gives you resistance, you have to shift, you basically have to do all the same things and work your legs out 100% the same. About the only thing that's missing on this is the wind. There you go. All right, so I just have a 30-minute bike ride. Just gonna pick a random workout that's close to that and nothing too hard. Oh yeah. So when you're on these bikes, okay, all this stuff on these bikes is new to me. You have these fancy shoes. I don't know if I'd call them fancy. They're fancy. White patent leather. Pretty fancy. But anyway, so it's looks like a lightweight shoe, but there's something different. They're clipless. So if you're not used to clipless, which I did a little bit on mountain biking, these actually clip into your pedal and they don't come out. They only come out if you twist your foot out of it and pull out. So sometimes when you stop, you have to remember you're not a kid anymore and you're clipped in. And you can't just put your foot down. You have to clip out and then put your foot down. You know how many times I've fallen on my mountain bike because they call them clipless. It makes no sense at all, but they're called clipless. I would have called them clip shoes. I think some do, but they're technically called clipless. If I'm wrong, tell me about it down below or give me the full history behind it so I'm further educated maybe. I don't think it really matters. They're called clipless shoes. So they go in there and that way your foot never comes off the pedal. Get maximum rotation, get maximum power, RPMs. It's great, it's a great thing. Just gotta get my patent leather shoes on. Hold on for a second. I currently was wearing socks and sandals. Does anybody else wear socks and sandals? I don't do it on a regular basis, but honestly, I really don't care. Them are some nice shoes. Loading France. So today we are in France. Alright, had to get in gear. Alright, so the triathlon. Great experience. Showed up a little early, and I looked out and there was a trailer there that said, there's actually wind blowing. So there was a trailer there that said, Texas A&M triathlon team. Are you kidding me? Come on. So, obviously I'm not competing against them, I'm competing against myself. So since I hadn't done a triathlon, I had never set up my transition area. So the transition area is a place where you put your bike, basically lay your towel down, bike shoes, running shoes, socks, all that kind of stuff, so that when you're done swimming, you go out to the transition area, towel off real quick, put your biking shoes on, get all your helmet and all that fun stuff, and then you leave transition. When you come back, you come to that same transition. Then you have to put your bike up, put your running shoes on, and get on the road. So you're basically laying everything out on a towel, like you're headed to Boy Scout camp the next day. That's how much stuff there is. Jumping in the pool, I hyperventilated a little bit. Not too bad. Just breathing real heavy, taking in extra water. But I finished it, I made it. Horrible time. But again, it's not about the time. So then I jumped on the bike. Great experience. Super fine, no issues. Just made it through it. Got done with the biking, jumped on my running shoes, and headed for the road. Now, thankfully, that's my best of the three. Still not great at it, but it's my best. So I did great. I did really good. Towards the end, 0.2 miles left, I could hear somebody on my tail. I just stepped it up. Went through the finish line. It was great. Finished my first triathlon. 30 minutes. Done. They're still honking at me. Gotta take my white patent leather shoes off. And put my Superstars back on. Just so you know, I'm sure you do know, I'm not less than the 1%ers out there that get to do this full time and just train all day. I carry a full-time job, I have a wife, kids, all of the fun stuff. So I have to work all of this in amongst all of that.